amazing what a difference a week can make. Last Friday I was out here dealing with a whole bunch of snow, making sure that we could get the hill in nice shape for the next day. It was no problem at all, a little bit of work. Fast forward to a week later, and we get a bunch of rain. Most of the snow is gone, and the conditions are pretty much like cement out here. We've got Family Day just around the corner, which is always a big day for the hill, and like I mentioned before, no snowmaking. So what we're gonna do is we've got as much heavy equipment as we could find. We got this guy. We're gonna use it to move the snow from the parking lot up the hill into the problem spots. We're gonna load it with this guy here, and Greg and I are gonna groom it all out. Hopefully everything goes according to plan, and we'll be good to go for the weekend so some people can come out and have a good time. So Greg and I are gonna start out by heading up the hill and doing a pass on one of our easier runs, which is called Skier's Grant. That'll break up the ice because there's a lot of it right now, which will then give Jeff an opportunity to drive up a much safer path. Crew's all right there, conferring before we start. Everybody's getting their radios ready so that we're all nice and safe and in communication the whole time, and let's cross our fingers that this works. I don't see why it won't. As long as we take things slow and careful, we should be fine. So one of the things that will help in really tough, hard situations when it comes to conditions is to run the tiller and the groomer in reverse. It's not a great idea to do that for the whole hill because you run the risks of wrecking stuff and possibly damaging one of the drums and whatnot, and as you can kind of see, it also throws a lot of debris in the air. So that's why I try to avoid doing it, but in a situation like this, it's going to be a big help because it'll help that dump truck get a little bit more traction when it's coming up the hill. Kind of different in person, but this is one hell of a view from up here. Always makes the trips in the morning worthwhile.
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah? Nothing too scary?
No, not too scary at all.
Okay, perfect. You happy with that?
Well, cool. All good. Now, I'm not too sure if it was actually spinning. It's the same situation with the groomers. You can't try and turn going up the hill.
Yeah, you gotta keep even power on the track.
That may have been what was going on there. So when we go back down, we can see if I was actually spinning or if it was just the way the machine goes.
Well, that mold is like really shiny and nice there. Flashy gold. Yeah. It looks like it's actually sinking in a bit though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's doing something. So right now this is probably the worst spot on the hill because it's actually in the path of us trying to get up to the top to dump some snow up there. So we got this big slushy chunk, there's kind of an icy chunk over there, makes it tough for the dump truck to get up this way. So we're gonna try to dump the snow over top of the slush and groom it out and hope that that'll give enough traction to get it where it needs to be. So here he comes. So Greg's gonna come up now. You can see him down there at the bottom, just waiting in anticipation. Come up and hopefully be able to move that pile over to here and cover things up a little bit better. It's not easy keeping that snow from going under the blade. As you can see, it definitely disappears pretty fast. There he goes. This is a long walk back to the groomer. You don't really realize it when you hop out and start walking down the hill. It seems a lot shorter. Now I'm making my way up, although conditions are way better than they were. Yeah, Thursday night this was all just a mess of ice, and now it's nice and soft. It'll make for much better conditions as far as skiing and snowboarding goes. We've still got a couple of light spots here and there, but not much you can do about that. Okay, so this is a big deal. We managed to put enough snow on Skier's Grant to fix the slipping problem, and here he comes to fix probably one of the most problematic spots on the entire hill. But this is a big mess. So what our plan is that we're gonna take the snow that he drops off and we're gonna push it over the edge and groom it out and cross our fingers that it holds and the whole thing works. Here he comes. This is probably all we're going to need to push over to the edge of Espresso, and that'll cover up a bunch of the rocks that are exposed there and make for some nice, smooth skiing and snowboarding. Greg's just going to break some chunks up before he heads down. If he does it, the pieces will just roll down the hill, and we haul them all the way up here for nothing. After some hard work yesterday, the hill looks absolutely fantastic. You never know that we got a whole bunch of rain and some warm weather just a few days ago. So everybody's going to be able to come out and have a great time. There's Mark Conlon.
Hey buddy, what's going on?
Not much. What are you doing?
Am I going to be on the YouTube?
Hi.
You want to be on the YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what we're doing this weekend then.
It's our family day weekend. We're, hosting as many people as possible and having some live music and Whiskey Jack takeover. So it's been so far successful.
Yes, especially after a week of crappy weather.